Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
First, we will talk about hiring. The primary HCM organization within Workday is the Supervisory organization. We know that, or who reports to whom. Workers are grouped and tracked within supervisory organizations. No questions, no doubts on this point. The workers will always be hired in a supervisory organization. They will be associated with the company, cost center, region, etc. But they will always be hired in a supervisory organization. Who reports to whom? Now, other organization structures can be used to represent multiple organization views, but the primary structure is the supervisory organization, not the cost center or department costing structure. Nothing else. It's only the supervisory organization that is the primary organization, where we hire employees. This is very important before we start the actual hiring. Now, what is the hire process? Hiring an employee includes recording the information about the worker and then assigning the worker to a position or a job and defining terms of employment, such as location, hours, or compensation. This is an absolute, simplistic definition for hire process that we have. Okay, so it includes recording the information about the worker. So if you are going to record the information, we have to record some information as the candidate as well. Right. So that's why we create the pre-hire. The pre-hire is when the worker is ready to be hired into the system. That is why we create the pre-hire. Now a pre-hire can be created in multiple different ways. Now, what was the way that you all created a pre-hire as part of your hiring for assignment pre-hires? Yeah. So one you created manually using the Create a Pre-hire task. You use the Create Pre-hire task, right? You created it manually. Now, is it possible to create all the pre-hires manually, like whenever you are, let's say, you're doing in large numbers, you are hiring in large numbers? Will it always be possible or efficient to create all that manually? No. Then, there should be some better way of doing it right, where we are able to load bulk data. Okay, so you can do that using an integration. Okay. So you can do that using an integration. Now, what is an integration? What is an integration? Anybody has any idea about what is an integration with an external system? You import the data from somewhere else. From another system, right? Or application. Or data source. So you are importing the data from another system, so another system has it. And you are connecting that to Workday and getting that information from that other system. Now typically, where would you do? Where would you have the information about the candidates? If it is not in Workday, where would it be? On their resumes. On the resumes, yes, but where do you store the resumes? Where do you? I mean if you are using applications portals or any ATS application for ATS. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. ATS or a job portal. Yes. What is an ATS? Application Tracking System. Application or applicant? Application Tracking System. My apologies. Right. Application Tracking System. So what is an applicant tracking system? It is the system where you track who all has applied for jobs with the organization. Correct. That is an applicant tracking system. An example of an applicant tracking system would be Talio. Talio, right. The most common, most famous one. Right. Talio. Talio is another software package that is typically used to track your candidate applications. Whoever are applying to the jobs, so typically we store them in that particular software. Right. And there you can do multiple processes for recruiting, like you can schedule interviews, you can screen the candidates, you can set up, like you can initiate background checks and so on. A lot of things can be done using Talio. Now, let's say, in the Talio system or in the job portal, you have your details about all the applicants, the candidates who have applied for jobs with the organization. Now, after the interview process, job screening, etc., you found some candidates who are ready to be hired. They have cleared all the processes. Now they are going to be hired. Now, where will the hiring process take place? In Workday, right? Hiring will take place in Workday, but the recruitment process took place in Talio. So now the recruitment process is complete. Now the hiring process will begin. There is a difference between the two processes. Okay. I mean for laymen like me, it will be the same. Okay, I am hired into the process or I'm recruited into the company. What is the difference? But from Workday standpoint or from an HCM process standpoint, the two are separate. A recruitment process will mostly talk about screening candidates. First of all, sourcing, okay. Getting the profiles, then screening them, setting up the interviews, doing background check. Getting, I mean providing offer letters, I mean our employment agreement. And then once the employee agrees with the agreement, then they are ready for hire. In the hire process, we will assign the worker to a position or a job. Define the terms of employment, such as okay, what are the terms of employment? What are the location? What is the hours? And so on. And what is the compensation? Now you might be wondering, like okay, even during recruitment process they will tell me all these things. That's correct. That's correct, because there is a lot of overlap between the two processes. So the compensation that would be assigned to the worker is also disclosed to the candidate at the time of recruitment. That is correct. But the actual compensation is assigned to the worker only at the time of hire. Okay. So now this can be one way of getting your pre-hires, where you create an integration with an applicant tracking system like Talio. There can be others as well. So I will just say EGC, etc. And then you can create a link between that application and Workday and import that data. So this is the most common way to do. This is the most common process of getting your pre-hire information. Now there is another subset or sub-process of this, I would say, and that is import the pre-hires using an EIP or Enterprise Interface Builder. Now this is also an integration that Workday provides. And in EIB or Enterprise Interface Builder, we use an Excel spreadsheet template to load the data.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@upptalk.com.